Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Steve the Vlogger. So I realize this is kind of like a comedy channel, light on the comedy, heavy on the cringe, but this is about the most serious I think we're ever going to get here. I'll be covering some pretty heavy topics. That being said, I will not be showing any of the content that I'm going to be talking about today. That's not really the purpose of this video. I don't want to promote it. I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to benefit from showing it either. So if you're hoping for that, I'm sorry. You can go watch them if you want. I don't really see why you'd want to. We're going to be talking about animal abuse involving small mammals, reptiles, and amphibians on this platform, and how it's promoted in a way that allows it to thrive in a way across many different channels. Like I said, this is going to be pretty serious. I'm going to try and bring levity to it. I'm going to try and whatever, but it is serious stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. What I'm referring to specifically are live feeding videos. I'm not talking about videos like this.
Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Calm down, girl. Calm down. It's okay.
Calm down, man. Calm down. Why are you freaking out, huh? Why are you freaking out? Why are you getting angry? Which, don't get me wrong, those videos are pretty bad in their own right. I think they give a false impression of how these animals act by antagonizing them. The bigger concern, and something I see very little people talk about ever, especially bigger influencers, which I feel once you reach a certain threshold, you have something of an obligation to let people know, especially the reptile community, which are more than likely some portion of the people watching these videos, that these videos exist and why we should be doing anything we can to remove them from the platform and to explain why they're not good, and we should at least try to mitigate the amount of attention they're getting because they thrive on this platform. They really do, and you'll see that pretty soon when I start showing this. The amount of traffic they receive is immense for what it is. So if you've ever typed bullfrog or frog or anything frog related into YouTube, some of the first things that come up are videos of animals in a little cube beating the crap out of each other, eating each other. It's, you see the thumbnail, it's as bad as it looks. So there's a ton of these, and look at the amount of views they get. Look at this. This is insane. This is insane for what this content is. I can't wrap my head around how this is legal, let alone allowed on this platform. So these channels are able to exist, I think, partially because they hide behind the disguise of being educational. Now, I would say that putting a big animal and a small animal into a cage together, and the big animal eating the small one, the educational value there is pretty limited at best. Like, look at this description, for example, right? We document a pixie frog attack on a hamster and eat a rat. You say that like you wandered across this. You didn't document anything. You threw two animals into a box together and you watched them kill each other. I'm just confused. I'm really confused. So let's stop like appealing to morality here too. I can sit here and tell you all day that watching animals kill each other bad. I don't think you guys need to know that. I think most people do know that. Let's just talk about like the health aspect of feeding these animals, right? Live rodents and stuff like that. So a lot of these videos will show you an animal like a pixie frog or a Pac-Man frog eating a rodent that's the same size as it, if not a little bit smaller, sometimes even larger, depending on what you're looking at here. Obviously, not good to feed something that small, something that large, right? Generally speaking, you're only really supposed to feed a frog something that's as big as the length of space between their eyes, right? If you go across their head. But apart from that, rodent bites hurt, dude. Rodent bites really hurt. Okay, so let me just run through like a list of stuff I've been bit by over my years on this planet, right? I've been bit by dogs, cats, snakes, lizards. I got bit by a turtle one time. I got bit by a raccoon. I had to get 8 rabies shots. I've been bit by rats and mice. Guess which one I remember the most? Guess which one hurt the most? The rat. The rat hurt the most. I think Clint's Reptile says it best about the rats.
Being rodents, they do have the ability to inflict a horrendous bite with that pair of continuously growing incisors that they have. It's nothing like the bite of a dog, but they basically have a nail gun attached to the end of their faces.
I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this, but why would you intentionally subject your animal to that bite if it's unnecessary? You can still feed these animals frozen, thawed rodents and stuff like that. This isn't necessary a lot of the time. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect and know everything about this. I mean, there's probably rescue large snakes and stuff out there that'll refuse to eat anything besides live animals. If that's the case, if you need to, I mean, I get it, I guess. The other thing to consider is also nutrition. So when you're looking at even just a pinky, right, as in like a baby mouse, that is so high in fat, I wouldn't even feed that to Frederick. I just wouldn't do it. I don't see the benefit in feeding something like that unless she was laying eggs and was using a huge amount of energy. then maybe I'd do that. But I'd probably still just go with a hornworm over a frozen pinky. They're so high in fat, it's not healthy to feed them. Now you're talking about a 3-week-old, 4-week-old mouse here, like in some of these thumbnails. That can't be healthy, especially for a Pac-Man frog. It just, from a nutritional standpoint, I don't see why you would want to feed your pet that. I think there's a responsible way to appreciate animal mayhem. I enjoy my fair share of animal chaos too. Have you guys ever seen BBC's Bullfrog Battle Royale? Where are we dropping, boys? Now, there's a lot of big reptile channels that I absolutely love. Snake Discovery, who can't like those two? Those two make some great content. Clones Reptiles also makes great content. Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles. I actually designed my new bearded dragon enclosure based off of the substrate that he had on his channel. I used his little his bearded dragon thing. I like that guy a lot too. But what I fail to see mentioned a lot is this kind of content.
These morons who put these animals, these innocent animals, they'll put a tokay gecko in with a scorpion, with a bullfrog, and whatever else, into this tiny cube, this tiny acrylic cube, put a camera on it, and let them fight. I am getting so upset even talking about it. This is the most disgusting behavior for views. You're killing innocent animals. You're letting them fight to the death, the most horrific way to die, for views. So what, you can make a couple of bucks?
Because I feel like there's an overlap between these creators' subscribers and the people that watch this stuff. How many people do you think know what a pixie frog is outside of the reptile community? So I have reached out to a whole bunch of these larger reptile influencers over Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. I sent them this video and I said, hey guys, how about we talk about this a little bit? And I think that, one, most people are under no obligation to reply to this. I doubt I'm going to get a reply. But I think that one cause for concern people have is that they'd be bringing more attention to this. But the way I see it is, the attention's already there. Look at these views. It's already there. Like, the worst that could happen is, yeah, you get a couple more psychos to watch these things, but I don't know. I think it's beneficial to at least let people know why this is wrong, even ignoring, like I said, the moral implication. You guys made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking with it. I know this is not the most fun topic we've discussed, but it means a lot that you guys watched it, and I promise we'll do more fun stuff in the future.